Frequently asked question number 75.
Now, a lot of people have asked me, what if we have kept our succulents out during the winters? Now, for a lot of people in the US, I'm sure a lot of you guys might be knowing that you have to start moving your succulents indoor. Because in some parts there would be snowfall, there is going to be a lot of frost outside. Now what if you leave your succulent out in frost? What is going to happen? Now there are certain varieties like sempervivums which can tolerate frost. There are some succulents that can tolerate frost, but a majority of succulents cannot. Like for example, echeverias cannot tolerate frost. They are not frost hardy. Pachophytums, Pachowarias, Graptovarias, Graptopetalums, Sedums, all of these varieties are not frost hardy, so you'll have to move them indoor. Now a lot of people might say, what if we put a plastic on the succulents, like how we tend to protect our succulents from rain by putting up a plastic sheet? What if we leave a plastic sheet above the succulents? Will they still survive? Now unfortunately they will not survive. For that, let's take an example. Let's say that you have some meat or fish that you have kept it in the refrigerator or you have kept it in the freezer. You have cling wrapped it with plastic and you have kept it in the freezer. Now what's going to happen is within 24 or let's say within 48 hours or 72 hours, the entire cling wrap is going to get attached or will get fused with the meat or fish that's kept in the freezer. It's going to completely get infused and all of that frost is going to transfer onto the meat. Or let's say that, let's take an example as a vegan example. You have some lettuce, you have wrapped it with plastic and you keep it in the freezer. You know what's going to happen. The entire lettuce will get stuck, will get infused with that plastic and it is going to turn rock hard. Now you can imagine what's going to happen over here. This is my Pachophytum auriferum, which is the moonstone. Now moonstone, you can see the leaves are very chubby. There is a lot of water in the leaves. Now imagine putting a plastic sheet over it and keeping it out in the frost. What's going to happen is, first, the water that is present inside the leaves will start to freeze. Of course, the plastic will also tend to freeze and the water that is inside the leaves will start to freeze. And you know what happens when the liquid inside a plastic tends to freeze? It is going to burst, and that's exactly what's going to happen. The cells that are present inside the leaves will happen to burst and they are going to get a lot of cracks, and sooner or later it will start to rot. So all of the leaves will start to burst because the water inside that will freeze and that is going to crack open the leaves. Your succulents are going to look terrible when you are going to take out the plastic. That is if you are able to take out the plastic, because the plastic will be infused onto the succulent, and probably when you're trying to take out the plastic, the entire leaves are going to come up and it's going to be a terrible mess when you're going to look at the succulent. So please don't do that, especially with succulents that have a lot of water in their leaves. Please do not keep them out in winters. Do not keep them in temperatures that are freezing temperatures. The succulents will not survive, and over the period of time the succulent will start to rot because all of the cells inside the leaves will burst because of the freezing temperature, and they are going to look very, very bad. So be extremely careful. Most probably you might not be able to save them post the winters because they will be completely damaged. Most probably some of them might have already been rotted by then. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep planting.